This week we're going to focus on weather trends in South America. We're going to highlight some dry conditions in Argentina and also highlight a potential wetter trend in Brazil. Wrap things up this week looking at trends in November soybean futures. Hi, this is Brian Basting with Advanced Trading. Let's talk about the soybean market. We've moved into the middle of February here and this market remains exceptionally volatile. We're going to start out this week looking at trends in Argentina soybean production. Let's look at where those soybeans are produced in Argentina. We're looking at several key provinces here. We're looking at Buenos Aires, Cordoba, Santa Fe, and Santiago del Estero. Around 80 to 85% of those beans are produced amongst those four provinces. Now those soybeans in Argentina right now are going through a critical pod set stage and pod fill as we move into March. Weather is important. Let's take a look at the short-term weather trends. Our slides this week, as usual, are courtesy of T-Storm Weather. We're starting out here looking for Friday of this week. Looking at Argentina, most of that rain has moved to the north, as you can see. So the rain that was seen earlier this week was very scattered in nature. So now we're going to extend into next week, or basically encapsulate the next 2 weeks, looking at future precip over the next 14 days. And that looks quite dry. All those areas in red are either very dry or intensely dry. So this is what's caught the market's attention here, moving in the middle of February in terms of volatility in soybean futures. Let's shift gears now and turn our attention to Brazil. Let's look at where those soybeans are produced in Brazil. We've got a number of key states here. Of course, north to south, Mato Grosso, Goiás, Bahia, Minas Gerais, Paraná, Rio Grande do Sul, and Mato Grosso do Sul in the south. All told, about 85% of the beans are accounted for by those states. As we move into the middle of February here, soybeans are being harvested in that major state of Mato Grosso. Looking at, according to AMEA, last week's report, 44% of those beans are now harvested in that key state of Mato Grosso. Now, the weather is going to be very important moving forward for Mato Grosso. Let's take a look at the short-term trends now for Brazil. As I mentioned a moment ago, weather is very important because harvest is taking place in Mato Grosso. Looking at through Friday here this week, it looks like it's going to be mostly dry. The far western area maybe not quite as dry, but overall very dry. So we look for a continued active harvest week this week in the north. However, as we move further south, it gets very wet. So any early harvest progress in those southern states is likely to be stalled. Let's look ahead now to next week. We're looking at February 18th to the 23rd. A big change is coming. All that pink area, including Mato Grosso, looking at 2 to 4 inches of rain. So really important to see how much progress Brazil makes this week in terms of their harvest progress, because again, the longer that harvest is delayed, the longer it takes those beans to work in the world pipeline and might open up an export window for more U.S. beans. Let's now wrap things up weather-wise, looking at the next 2 weeks in the aggregate. Up north, you're looking at close to normal totals. But look at those green totals as we move south. Much heavier above normal precip. Again, some of that harvest is likely to be delayed in states such as Goiás, particularly moving further south into Paraná and Mato Grosso do Sul. Let's wrap things up this week looking at trends in November soybean futures. Now, November beans, as we tape here on Tuesday, are trading near $13.80 a bushel. That's about $2.80 above the 5-year average for this time of year. And remember, it's still 2 weeks before the crop insurance price is set. Continue to strongly encourage you to work closely with your trusted risk management advisor to defend your balance sheet. Now, if you'd like more information, please feel free to contact us at 800-664-2321. We'll put you in contact with one of our risk management consultants who'll be happy to visit with you at your convenience. And remember, we upload every Wednesday. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and never miss an upload. Thanks a lot. Have a good week.